Guys, what's going on? Jeremy Lafrentz, Backstage Entertainment. Oli, All That Remains.
What's up, brother?
I told you we've interviewed you guys a couple times before, but we've gotten Mike in the interview both times, and so you volunteered, so thank you very much.
You're welcome.
We're seeing a different face with you guys, so that's
Yes.
cool. Does Mike primarily do a lot of the interviews, or you like to step in every once in a while?
He fields quite a few of them, but every once in a while I try to interview bomb them and jump in. I said, hey, cool, you know?
Yep, you're going to have fun. I was kind of telling you about our process, and you like the idea. So
I like this random number thing. It's cool.
Exactly. So we will answer a few questions at first, to help promote you guys and all that. So let's do that. Facebook, we went to our Facebook page said, hey, we're interviewing these bands today at LAZERfest. What questions you guys have? We got one from Silverio is the name. Silverio is I guess how you'd say it. There you go. What was your childhood influence on music?
Quite a few, actually. I would say probably 86, 87, I started getting into Randy Rhoads and because of the tribute album. George Lynch, Dokken, and so forth. Then I got to more, the thrash bands like Metallica and stuff like that. And then European bands like King Diamond, Iron Maiden. So it's quite a, everything from 86 to 90 is probably my heyday of music.
Okay.
In the metal scene, yeah.
Well, and you guys are known for some of the best solos, I think, because it's your work.
Yes.
So what's kind of, brought you into that type of, guitar style and all that, and how did you learn how to play like that anyway?
I mean, as far as the guitar playing, I had lessons early on. As I said, my biggest influence for guitar playing would be Angular Oak from King Diamond.
Okay.
Who's kind of Yngwie-esque. I went to school for music. I studied classical guitar. I studied jazz guitar. I studied composition. So I've had the benefit of lots of musical training, and just it's the only thing I ever wanted to do. So it been very lucky to be able to be doing that at this stage.
Yep. And you guys, as a band, have been together for a long time now. What do you think is the key for sticking around and keeping the same members? Because bands go through member changes; it's inevitable. But what's your guys' key to success with that?
Well, we've been through many member changes. It takes a while before you find the right combination of people. Obviously, there's two main criteria you have to find: is can they do the job, and are they easy to put up with? And what you'll find is that, there's probably more people that can, physically play the material than you can actually have the good chemistry with, So we've had people who were fine at what they did, they just weren't, right in the head. So it's, it's finding that combination. It takes some time, but I think we finally have it since 2007. It's been the same lineup. So
exactly. So that's awesome. A War You Cannot Win. It was released in November of last year. You guys worked with Adam from Killswitch Engage. I mean, what was the kind of that? Because we just got done talking with Joel with Killswitch Engage, and we were talking about Adam's stage presence, his style. It's something very unique. So did he kind of bring that over to you guys, and even his creative style?
Well, obviously his stage persona and his work in the studio are completely different things.
Two different things.
In the studio, he's all business. He's a Berkeley grad. Himself. So and he is a really critical producer. So we go in and do especially rhythm guitars, and he'll be like shake his head, and be like, nope.
Really?
No, it's sometimes I wake up and we gotta get to the studio by 10 or 11 in the morning, and it's like, oh fuck, I hope Adam likes the tracks we did yesterday, because I hate to redo them, And so he's very very organized, very time efficient, So when he wants to have a good time, he lets himself have a good time, but he's he has very many facets to his personality.
Okay. So. Well, let's do this. The fun part. We have the BSE box. Fans have liked Backstage Entertainment on Facebook and gotten questions into this box.
Okay.
And so we'll kind of do the action part. We'll kind of take it step by step, because it is a process. Yes. So first off, let's draw a question.
All right.
All right, we'll read this.
Okay, why don't you hold this up?
All right.
All right. Do you have any traditions you do before going out on tour?
All right, now 1 through 55, pick a number.
47.
47. You have to pretend to poop your pants.
Oh, Jesus.
Getting ready.
Oh, damn.
I said pretend.
Oh.
Okay, so pretend to poop your pants while you answer any traditions you do before going on stage.
All right. Oh, on stage or tour?
Any traditions
on
you do
tour.
before going... Oh, out on tour. There you go. Thank you.
I don't really have any traditions that I do before I go on tour. We rehearse as a band and try to make sure that we're tight, and that's about it. Before I go on stage, I definitely I do my legato warm up. Then I just work on each hand separately and try to just stretch my legs and get everything working. Try not to stress out too much.
Yeah.
So.
All right. You want to try another one here?
Yeah.
Do you want to do another action, or do you want to?
We'll do another action. Yeah.
Okay.
All right. This is a short one.
Yeah.
Favorite sex position?
We have crazy ones.
I don't want to do that one.
Okay.
No.
Let's not.
I got a wife and stuff. So.
Don't want to get you in trouble.
No. All right, I'll do this one. And action number 33.
33. Okay, so the question was, what was the question?
Who would you want to hang out with,
Okay.
dead or alive?
And you have to act drunk.
Okay. So, if I could meet anyone, dead or alive, I would like to meet Ludwig van Beethoven because he's probably my biggest influence musically. Because, he was a very passionate individual. He brought the classical era into feeling, and for me, I think he was the first guy. I think he invented metal, to be honest.
He's the one, huh?
Yeah, I think he's the guy.
Guy.
Because he had the intensity, the volume. Then guys like Mahler came after him and created the double bass and created the huge orchestra, and then of course so I think the idea of metal was created back in his day in the early 19th century because people want intensity. The idea, the electric guitar came after the idea of wanting that intensity.
Yep.
Yeah.
Nice. All right, you tell us when to stop. Do you want to do another one, or
Fuck it, let's keep going.
Let's keep going.
All right. Greatest advantage to my fame.
That'd be a good one.
19.
Don't care about anything.
Yeah, there we go. That would go well with this question.
There you go. That's right.
People think I'm a dick now.
Yeah, pretty much accurate.
Well, in my opinion, biggest advantage of being famous is people know who you are. It's all right, I guess. Doesn't really matter, I guess. It gives you opportunities to do other things, like hopefully want to be a movie score composer or a video game composer, and doing this will let me do that. But yeah, I don't really care.
Do you ever get the screaming girls coming up to you?
There's definitely screaming fans of both sexes, and I try to be as professional as I can. Be like, hey, all right, I'll sign your arm or whatever, and yeah. But I appreciate anyone who's into it. Yeah.
All right.
We'll do one more.
We'll do one more. There we go.
Sorry, I'm not good with these actions. Are people gonna think that with the actions, oh, he doesn't give a shit?
Yeah, I know. He's a dick.
Yeah, that's what I'm afraid of. Urban Starstruck. Matt.
Kind of going the other way from your last question. Have you ever been starstruck?
Probably be good. Redeem myself. How
Okay,
about number 5?
Starring in a porn film?
Number 2.
Angry Driver. That's another. Or if you want to be in a positive light, exaggerated hand gestures?
That I can do.
Okay, exaggerated hand gestures.
All right. Question is, have I ever been starstruck by anyone I've met? Well, one time I met Jeff Tate, and he was really interesting. He was cool. Stood by the stage. I took a picture with him, and his vocal tech was able to get me that picture, and it was pretty cool.
Pretty cool.
Yes, he was very soft-spoken.
Yep.
Yes, and I've been a fan of Jeff Tate for many a year now, since 1989, I would say.
Nice.
So.
This brings up a good question, because you are pretty well known for having some fun on stage yourself, and you do those hand jobs.
I do these a little bit. Yeah.
What's the idea behind that?
Well, it's kind of like they call me the wizard.
Okay.
All right. So basically, if I'm playing the guitar and I don't have to use my left hand, if I'm just playing something E, I can hail out to the crowd. It started off as, we were playing for hostile audiences, and I'm like, fuck you, crowd, and I was like, well. And I was looking at, throughout the years, all my favorite performers. I'm like, everyone has kind of a shtick they do, the kind of a larger-than-life persona, And I'm like, I can't just stand there and play. I have to develop something that I can do every night and make me feel good about it.
Okay.
So I started developing that. It was very organic. It happened over a lot of time. So, it just I watched like Metal Mania, the old A's videos. They have the turn. I don't do that or anything, but I do the kick. Watch out for that. But it's kind of funny in a regular context. But I think that in the context that I happen to be in, I think it works. And I'm trying to inspire kids, 12, 13-year-olds. I remember when I was that age, watching guys like Jakey Lee perform. At least on the videos, I was like, whoa, that's what a rock star looks like. Yeah. So I was like, I was like, I can't be the guy who's boring on stage. I want to be a bit of a character. So
have your own presence.
Yeah, so that's kind of where that came from.
Okay.
Yeah, that's about it.
All right, last message for the fans out there. What do you want to leave them with today?
All right. All right. Since our dollar is depreciating and China is about to own us, you have to do one of two things. Either learn Chinese or buy real estate or precious metals.
Good message.
Yes, the dollar is going bye-bye.
Okay. Once again, Oli with all that remains. Holding the mic down. There you go.
Yes.
Oli, all that remains, guys, definitely check him out. Hey everyone, make sure to like Backstage Entertainment on Facebook to see our photos, to enter yourself into contests for autographed prizes, and other news. Also, make sure to click the subscribe button on YouTube to check out the rest of our videos. And you can find us on Twitter to get updates about what we're doing. For Backstage Entertainment, this is Jeremy Lafrentz.